Hey friends, welcome to Chai and Coaching. Rob here. So many people are making bad messages on LinkedIn. People are getting desperate for jobs, and we want to help you out. We're going to show good and bad examples of messages people have been sending on LinkedIn in their job search, especially now with the coronavirus pandemic. So check out this video to learn how to send awesome messages on LinkedIn and not hurt yourself by sending bad messages. Grab some chai and join us. All right, thanks for tuning in. I've got my good friend Nilesh, who's tuning in from the Bay Area in California. Nilesh, go ahead and introduce yourself, buddy.
Hey guys, welcome to Chai and Coaching, and hope you all are staying safe indoors and also putting your efforts to find your jobs. So I was a master's student studying at UTD, graduated in December 2018 and started working in Bay Area. I have been working in Bay Area for last year and a half and been inside home for last 1 month.
Yeah, and you work at SAP, and what do you do at SAP?
So at SAP, I work as backend software developer. I work on wide technology stacks, majorly in Java and microservices. And yeah, I like working in the backend.
Yeah, and Nilesh, he's made lots of other helpful Chai and Coaching videos. One of my favorite is he's done 3 different internships in college, so we'll have the link for that. His 3 internships he did as a computer science major. But Nilesh recently reached out to me saying, hey Rob, I'm getting so many bad messages. People asking for jobs, begging for jobs, and I have myself been doing that. So we want to give some examples, kind of give some critique and helpful, constructive criticism about messages that we've gotten on LinkedIn. Show you these examples and show you what to do better so that you're not hurting your chances to get a job here in America. So Nilesh, go ahead and share your first example, and maybe we can kind of go back and forth and help guide people on good LinkedIn messaging for getting jobs during COVID-19.
So let's go with the first one. It's very standard message which everyone uses, that hi Nilesh, my name is XYZ. I'm a student at XYZ University studying this thing, and I saw some open internships or full-time jobs at your company. Can you please refer to me? ? Or thanks and regards, an XYZ name. So this first message, why it's not the best way to connect with someone, no matter which situation you are, how much desperate situation you are. First thing, this message does not tell me about you. Probably you're just my connection. I accepted you because you are in my second degree connections. You are from the same university or something. But when you ask about this, there is no intro in this message. There's no proper intro. I don't know about your background. I don't have any link to your portfolio, your resume, your projects. Next thing, I don't know what kind of roles you're looking for, and there is no direct link to that roles or open positions. So it doesn't tell me anything. And think about me getting such messages from 10 different people a day. What I will do is I'll just ignore those messages. And if I have time, I'll just tell you, hey, don't do this, probably send me in-depth information. But a lot of people, they're gonna just ignore those messages. I either archive them or mark them as spam.
Lazy messages is gonna result in very little response and very little help. You need to make it as easy as possible for people to help you.
Yes.
You do 99% of the work. So they just have to do that last 1%, which is the referral or the request or, whatever you're asking them to do.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rob. So when you message someone like this, there is no information or there is very less information. People generally ignore it. And so let's understand why anybody is going to ignore your message. First thing, your message don't have any information. It says that you haven't done any due diligence or you haven't taken any efforts to find out more information, what you exactly need. So your message don't have your clear question, don't have any clear background. So if I have to go and tell you that, hey, okay, but can you please send me your intro note? Can you please send me your resume, projects? That's gonna make that conversation lengthy. And that's gonna take more time out of my time. Just to give you an example, to refer a person in a system, when I know that person well or about his background and everything, it takes minimum 5 minutes because I have to get all your information, put it in your system, hit the refer button. So if I have to refer 10 people a day, I have to spend 50 minutes. So those 50 minutes has to be justified. So, and it won't scale. So what generally people do is they only pick up all those messages where everything is there. They understand their requirement and everything is clearly mentioned in the messages. It's just a couple of clicks. It opens your resume, it opens your projects, it opens the job as well because it has a job link. and then it's very easy to do that.
So I'm going to share a message I got. It was titled Seeking Full-Time Opportunities. So I kind of knew what I was going to expect. They said, hey, hope you're doing well. They introduced themselves. They're doing their master's degree in electrical and computer engineering here in America. And they're looking for a full-time opportunity in artificial intelligence and machine learning and data science. So they give a little good background, but then they say, I've attached my resume and cover letter. They're very passionate about these fields and want to pursue a career. And then they asked me, please take a look at my resume and contact me if there are any other positions or queries. Looking forward to hear from you. Nilesh, what do you think about this message?
This is again a standard template format, and most of the people, they are going to ignore it. First thing is because this does not have any requirement or any links to the job. So what the person is expecting you to do is go through his resume and his skill set and find a job for him. And when you do message like this, you put yourself in the other person's shoe and think, will you do that? Will you have time to do that? So, and then again, the background, skill set, everything is missing. So it's going to be tough for you to, even if you want to help that person, it's going to be tough for you to help.
This would take me so much time and effort. So first thing I said is, hey, thanks for reaching out. I'm sorry, but I don't know you. And I don't refer anyone I don't know, because I only refer people I know and that are qualified. And second, you shouldn't be asking people to find you jobs unless you're willing to pay for that. You can go pay a consultancy. They'll take a big percentage of your job, but you can't expect someone, a complete stranger, to spend their time looking for jobs for you. Again, you need to do the work. You need to find those requests or links or leads and then ask them to help or refer. But you just can't say, hey, in your free time, go find me a job. That's ridiculous. And again, I gave tips, I gave feedback. I said, hey, jobs come from relationships. It's not good that you're messaging strangers. That's going to hurt you. You sound desperate. People don't want to help desperate people. They want to hire qualified people. So you're hurting your brand and your image. And so build relationships, make that the priority, and then help people help you. That's the best thing you can do. I mean, this was polite and had some good details, but again, you can't expect people to go find you jobs. If you're not willing to do that, people aren't going to want to hire you because it looks lazy. All right, Nilesh, what's your next message example?
One of the next messages, hey Nilesh, again, a standard template. Hope you are doing well. I'm from this university. I have done a data science degree, and I have this much, experience in the industry. I came across the opening at your company. This is the job. And can you please refer me? Again, this is very polite. He had some information, not in depth, but intro was good. When I went through his profile, I saw that he wanted to apply for a data science job, and his resume did not have anything related to data science, and his previous experience also did not have anything to do with data science. So no projects, no coursework, and nothing. So what you should have done is mention that, hey, even though my previous experience is not in the data science, I did these courses and I did these projects, and these are the links to my projects. Can you please look at it and have a look and let me know if you find me suitable for the position? Because if you don't have that, it increases the time for me to go through your profile. And then if I don't find anything, I'm just going to ignore that. You are increasing the work for me, making me to go through everything you have and then tell you that. And before that, I'm not supposed to do that. It's your job. You are supposed to do that. You're supposed to tell me everything upfront so that I understand better about your profile. The things are missing from your resume, things are missing from your portfolios, or you're not giving those in your messages. It's going to increase the time for the person who wants to help. So in this case, even if I want to help him, I may not be able to help him because the information is missing.
Yeah, you have to provide the right information if you want anyone to help you. All right, I've got an example here. This one's interesting. They say, hello, Robert. I'm a current data science master's student looking for data science internships over the summer. I would love a chance to discuss how my skills and experience might match internship opportunities. Thanks for connecting. Hey, I love chai too. So I like this message because they say my name. It's not copy pasted. They mention they like chai. And yeah, they do want to learn. These are great messages, great introductory connection messages. So I reply, I say, how are you doing? And then I say, sure, I'd be happy to help. What questions do you have about your skills and experience? They kind of mentioned they want help, but they never really gave me a clear question to answer. So that's always one thing, is give a clear call to action, a clear question for me to respond to. And so I ask, sure, what questions do you have? And I say, also, are you familiar with chai and coaching? We've got lots of videos that can help with that. You can check those out, but I'm happy to help. This was sent on Tuesday, 5 days ago, and I responded within a minute of their message, and I haven't heard back.
Okay.
So, someone reaches out to me, I reply very quickly. I ask follow-up questions because they didn't ask a very good question. And then I haven't heard back from them in 5 days. And so to me, what this is going to communicate is this is not the kind of person that I'm going to want to refer or hire or help out if they're not, honoring my effort to help them.
So the thing is, when you're trying to do these messages, no matter how much problem you are in currently or what is your situation, it may be a desperate time for you. You should always look at the long-term goals. Do you really want a short-term goal to just get that job and get over with, or do you want to give a good impression of yourself to someone else? So if you just want that job and get over with it, you are not doing that well because you will leave a bad impression on it. For in this example, just bursting out those messages to everyone, and when they reply you back, not replying them back, it gives you a bad impression. Then probably out of 100 messages, somebody will refer you, you will get a job, but you made a wrong impression on those 99 students or 99 people. So what about that? So you should always keep in mind that when somebody is replying you or helping you out or giving you feedback, they are actually, spending their own time to do that besides their full-time job. So you should respect that and at least, respond back or appreciate that they gave you some feedback. It's not something, they are not earning money out of it. They are just doing it for helping someone. So appreciating that actually boosts their enthusiasm to help more people. Rob, I have one more interesting example. This is not a direct ask for referral, but this is more of a bad way of doing introductory messages and forming a connection. So this was the guy from UTD again. He messaged me, "Hi." Then I was like, okay, now it's gonna be a lengthy conversation, but I was like, okay, I should help him out. And this happened when I was student in my last semester at UTD. So I wasn't working anywhere. I did not have a full-time job because I was a student. So I replied him, "Hi." Then there was a lengthy conversation. "How are you?" "I'm good." "How are you?" "What about you?" And then the next question comes is, "Hey, how did you get this job?" So I was surprised, like this person probably wanted some help with the job or had some questions regarding jobs, but he did not go through my profile and see that I did not have any job at that moment because I was a student. I wasn't even graduated. So I'm like, what job? What information you want about which job? I did some internship. Are you asking about that job? Or are you asking about some full-time jobs? Are you asking me a casual question? How is your full-time search going on? I did not have any idea. So that was kind of, a bad impression. And then I stopped responding to this guy. So he probably would have formed a good connection and I would have helped him if he needed. But then he wasn't clear about the things. He did not take efforts to go through my profile and see what am I doing right now. So it gives a bad impression. So whenever you're connecting with someone, it's a good idea to spend few minutes going through their profile once.
Yeah. Do your research.
Yes. For example, if I am working in software as a developer and you're coming to me and asking me help with some MBA related jobs or asking me some questions related to MBA thing, I may not be the best person to answer that. What's your thought?
Totally. Yeah. I mean, you need to take 1 minute and look at the person's profile, see where what they've done, see what they're doing now. And don't ask questions that clearly show that you haven't done that. One, it's kind of offensive, and two, it just shows you're lazy, and people aren't going to want to hire you if you don't take that 30 seconds, 60 seconds to look at those basic things. And you're just hurting yourself in your job search, and it's just going to result in more rejections because people don't want to hire lazy people who aren't considerate in that way. That's a good example to learn from. And I've got another one here, a student. This is, in general, a good message. They're polite. They ask I'm doing well, and they say they've been following my posts that help international students. So there's that connection. They're showing that there's some common ground. They're in their final semester and looking for full-time positions in supply chain and doing industrial engineering. And they said they're reaching out, they're looking at different companies and recruiters, and they've given some interviews, but no responses yet. So they tell their story a little bit, which is good, but no responses. And they ask, so this is the question, at least I appreciate this question. They say, is it possible from your end to connect with me? Some of your contacts in my areas of focus and degree would be really appreciated. So I appreciate they ask a clear question. But again, this is a little bit lazy. You're asking me to spend time. I've got currently somewhere between 14 and 15,000 connections So I can probably have hundreds of people that meet this criteria of supply chain or industrial engineering. I don't have time. I mean, I can think of dozens of people just off the top of my head. But again, I don't know you. You're a stranger. I would do this for my friends in a heartbeat, someone who I've actually spent time with. But as a stranger, I can't connect you or refer you because I don't know you. I don't know if you're worth connecting or referring. And so to anyone who asks me, this is always a response. Hey, feel free. You can look your work connections, check out my, all my connections. You can easily search, use your fingers, type, search companies, or different industries or majors and degrees. In my connections, you're going to get a big list of people. If anyone catches your eye and say, hey, could you refer me or introduce me? I would love to do that. I'm happy to make an introduction. Again, you do the hard work for me. You do 95%, ask me to do 5%. And that's what I said. Hey, search my connections. You'll find some great people in there. Let me know. I'm happy to make an introduction or connect you guys. I also say, hey, jobs don't come from applying online as much as networking. So instead of asking strangers to do things for you, focus on building real relationships with professionals in the industries. That's where good jobs come from. And then gave them some other tips, some other advice, some other resources, and hopefully it's going to help this person out. But yeah, you don't ask people to do the work for you, because again, that shows that you're not willing to do the hard work, and American companies don't want to hire people who aren't going to do the hard work.
Yep,
So,
totally agree.
What do you think about that, Nilesh?
Yeah, totally agree. So again, all these messages which we saw, which actually tells you that, hey, put some extra effort when you're messaging someone. Don't just use the standard template which LinkedIn gives you, or don't use this very standard template, because when you want a job, you want to stand out, right? If your first request which tells that you want a job, it's a similar request a person gets 20 times a day, you're not going to stand out. How do you stand out? Is having a correct content. And there are tons of resources online. You just Google how I approach a stranger on LinkedIn for a job referral. You will get like 100 links. A lot of things they tell you how to do that. And no matter how much desperation you are or how much desperate you are to get your job, you will actually hurt yourself rather than getting help.
Yeah. So our big chai question for this video is, should you get to the point on a message on LinkedIn, or should you chit chat and slowly build your way into that? So in the comments, let us below what you think. If you're asking for help on LinkedIn, a referral, a review, a job, should you be professional, give detail, and get to the point when you start the message, or should you just chit chat? Hi, hello, how are you? What are you doing? Before you actually get to what you really want to get to. What do you think? Comment below, direct or slow chit chat relational route. Yeah, would love to get your guys' thoughts in the comments. And Nilesh, what do you think about that?
I'd be interested to know what everybody's thinking. But if you ask me personally, I will more prefer the professional way and having everything in a single message, which has everything there, rather than initiating a slow conversation. Because I know when this chit chat actually gets initiated, it takes a lot of time. Like the person says hi, then you reply, and then it goes on. So when I see something like this, I know that it's gonna be a slow conversation. I probably become lazy and don't reply because I may not have time. Yeah. But that's again my personal view. Everybody may have a different view. It will be interesting to see what people think.
And I would say politely and professionally get to the point. Whether it's a stranger or a close friend, either way, we're all busy. We all get lots of messages. We all want you to get to the point. And always make sure it's a clear ask. Don't just make a statement. I get a lot of messages that are statements without actually ever asking a question, so I don't really know how to respond. If you're polite, professional, and have a clear ask, you're much likely to get a positive response.
Right.
So get to the point as quickly and politely as you can. Nilesh, you've got an example yourself about this. Can you tell us?
So yeah, I know everybody does a mistake. I have done similar mistakes when I was a student. I am also guilty of that. And I wish there was something like this which told me before even I did these mistakes. So when I was a student, I was looking for internships. I had a family friend who used to work in Bay Area. And what I did was I drafted my resume. I sent him an email saying, hey, I am looking for internships for summer semester. Can you just send this to your friends who has internship openings in their company? And he replied me, okay. And I was like, why this guy is so rude? He's my family friend. He's supposed to help me, right? And when I came here for full-time and I started working full-time myself, and I met him one day and he was telling me, do you remember the email you sent me out? And do you think that was the correct way? And I'm like, no, not at all. because the mistake I did was I wasn't clear about my ask. I did not send him a job links directly. I did not tell him that this is my skill set, these are the job links. I find somebody who is a mutual connection, who works in the same company. Can you introduce to him so that he can refer me? I wasn't clear. It was very vague, and I left that job to him to find a job for me. So don't do that. You will hurt yourself, or you will not get that help. Being precise on that is always good. And I honestly learned from my mistakes, and that's how I evolved. So I hope that these messages which we give me and Rob will actually help somebody before they went do the mistake.
Because we've learned from making these mistakes ourselves, we want to help you guys.
Yep.
So Nilesh, thanks so much for sharing that. Do you want to wrap us up here with maybe just a good example, or maybe a good message that you've really appreciated, that you thought was a good example that we can close this conversation with?
This is a really nice message I got, and I helped this person a lot. So this message reads like this: "Hi Nilesh, my name is this, and I actually got your contact from UTD's blockchain club where I used to go." And see here, he's forming the personal connection. And then he was like, "Okay, I have done these courses, and I am really interested in blockchain. And this is the link to my projects. This is the link to my resume, and these are my specific skill sets." He highlighted those skill sets. He worked somewhere for 3 months. He mentioned one line about that, and then he told me that these are the current open positions at your company, which has the exact same skill set. Do you mind taking a look at these positions and tell me if you find me suitable for those positions? So if you see, he first opened a proper intro, then he gave everything about him in 3 lines, direct links to everything, his resume, his projects, and then direct links to those jobs. So what I really liked that message, and then what I did was I referred him to those positions, but also I introduced him to few Bay Area recruiters who hire for blockchain. And then he started his interview process with them as well. So these are the messages which are very concise, very precise, everything in the same message. Not too lengthy, not too short, not a standard format, very polite, up to the point. That was the message which I really liked, and I helped this guy a lot.
Yeah, I love it. And yeah, when people make the effort to craft a good message, do the hard work, not just copy paste and spam or beg, like, people are going to see results and help. And when you put the effort in, people are going to give the effort back to you. So Nilesh, thanks so much. If this video is helpful, guys, give a big thumbs up to say thanks to Nilesh. And if you want us to make more helpful videos like this, doing kind of message reviews and feedback, leave a comment below, and we'll want to keep doing that. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to Chai Coaching. We're going to keep helping you guys out, how to find jobs, how to communicate, and use LinkedIn, especially during coronavirus, COVID-19, when jobs are even harder. We want to help you guys succeed and not hurt yourself in doing these the wrong way. So thanks for joining us at Chai Coaching. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
See ya.
Thanks, Nilesh.
Bye-bye.